Guys, welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Portsmouth. Now, in our last episode, we had our live come against Arsenal, and it wasn't a great time to be had by all, let's be fair about that, and we just couldn't get it to work for us, and Arsenal were a very good side, and if it wasn't for the two Connor Chaplin goals late on, we probably would have it made the game look even worse for us. So I really needed us to bounce back in our game in the FA Cup third round against Crewe, and I took a risk in this one by resting players, basically. I tried to rest players anyway. I did a bit of squad rotation with this one. We still had some other players like in the team. Thankfully, Kieran Griffiths is my bloody hero. Crewe, they weren't that great against us. It's got to be said that we were definitely the better side and deserved to win. It just took a little while for the breakthrough. Kieran Griffiths slipped a ball through, and Alex Shepherd running in from the wing smashed Pompey to 1-0 up. Then, 9 minutes later, Griffiths got one of his own, and he's just on fire this year. The downsides, though, is that Ali Burrell picked up an injury, which has kept him out for a little while, and Tom Saiku also got an injury in this game, so it wasn't exactly a perfect result in that sense, but as you can see, we were definitely the better team and deserved to win the game and get ourselves through to the fourth round, where we play Everton. Which we actually happened this month as well. In our next game, one of the most remarkable matches I've played on Football Manager this season, so basically, this is just unbelievable. At home against Southampton, they got off to an absolute flyer when Luciano Vietto put them ahead on just 2 minutes, and they played the ball around really, really nicely, and he was able to slide home, and it was a great finish from him. There's no denying that. But we just couldn't stop them. Britas Ombolonga then just a few minutes later, smashing another goal in, and wow, look at that value. Southampton have got some pretty high value players. 2-0 up over us in 5 minutes, and then on 23 minutes we were 3-0 down with Luciano Vietto, made it 3-0, and at this point I could have thrown it on overload and do something silly, but instead I messed with a couple of the opposition instructions, and we went on attacking for a little bit. Now I don't like doing this from the off, because often it just means that you get caught out, but Jerome Sinclair got one back for us on 34 minutes. Just, getting us back in the game a little bit before half time, which is good to see. Then in the second half, with a few minutes, I made a few changes. We brought on Crespo, who made an almost immediate impact within a few minutes of coming on. He scored from a corner for us, and it was great to see. That made it 3-2 with 20 minutes left. We were just a goal down, but then 2 minutes later, Jerome Sinclair was put through and made it 3-3. Unbelievable stuff to come from 3-0 down, and then we got given a penalty in the 86th minute with Mantum dispatched with a plom. All kinds of ploms. And then we got another goal, another corner, headed down to him by Torres Crespo, and Mantum smashes in the goal. 5-3. Unbelievable stuff. I couldn't believe it that we'd come from 3-0 down to win by 5-3. It was a truly superb performance, and in the local derby against Southampton. We've done the double over the Saints this year, and that is enough for me to be very, very happy. Nothing against Southampton fans, I like them as a club, but we're playing as Portsmouth, so that is important, and the fans loved it. In our next game, we travelled to Crystal Palace, and remember what happened against them last time? Well, I was given the pleasant surprise of noticing that they, in fact, had decided to not play a 3-5-2. They went straight up 4-4-2, and as a result of that, we murked them. Charlie Musonda put us in front. He's back from injury. Wasn't particularly fit for this game. Actually had to play him on the right. Griffiths slipped the ball through. Musonda scored the goal. Watmore actually nicked one for us from before half time. Musonda's free kick was saved well by Wayne Hennessy, but turned into the net in the end by Jack Watmore anyway. In the second half, Jackson Martinez got what I would consider a lucky goal, in the sense that he was behind our player when they're running, and all of a sudden, it glitches and he appears in front of the player now, and then takes an extra touch to the point where the goal is actually between the goalkeeper's legs, and for some reason the keeper doesn't save it, and he's able to step out the way and kick it into an empty net. Very annoying, but it happened. Then we managed to sort of just push a little bit higher. We were starting to drop back a little bit at this point, so I just threw it on attacking, and we just took over again. Ball played over the top, Glenn Oates put through, and he scored, which is great for the youngster. He was basically, because obviously Burrell was out injured, we had to bring on Oates as our backup. Now, what did annoy me in this game is, we're 3-1 up, last minute of the game, they get the ball out on the wing by the halfway line. Saidi Yanko decides to scythe down his opponent and get himself red carded. What are you doing? Even if they score, we're going to win the game. And the worst thing about this is he's now been given a 2-match suspension as a result of it, and it's fucking infuriating, because now we've had to play, you know, we don't have a real decent backup there because Saiku's injured as well, which means Shirk had to play there, and Alex Shepherd has been getting a few games now for us in the first team, and in our next game we had an absolute meh against Norwich. Like, have you ever had one of those games where nothing goes right, in the sense that nothing you do feels like it makes any difference, like they're gonna win the game? Like, I changed pretty much every single instruction in this game at times, trying to make something get us some kind of grip in the game. Nothing happened. It took them until 34 minutes to score when Bailey Wright went through. But then the floodgates just opened. Dimitri Mitchell made it 2-0 with a little bit of goalkeeping bullshit. It's back. Long range effort, backman control, stops the shot, then just stands there and waits for Mitchell to put in the rebound. Very annoying. But then Griffiths, of course, got on back for us just before half time and thinking, yeah, 2-1, going to half time, we can rebuild. Unfortunately, we got screwed in the first half stoppage time, and Josh Murphy was able to make it 3-1. And then straight after half time, Johnny Howson scores a free kick. I mean, they're even scoring free kicks against you. 4-1 down at home to Norwich, and they're having an alright season now. They've really picked things up, but still very irritating. Thankfully, we got a goal back through Ali Burrell late on, but then Dimitri Mitchell gets another one. Norwich were just so good, and nothing I could do seemed to make any difference to them in this game. They were going to score goals no matter what we did, and they've done the double over us, which is a little bit frustrating, because it was potentially a winnable game. In our last game of the month, we had our cup tie against Everton, and frankly, I'm not, like, we missed a penalty in this game too, which was endlessly frustrating, really. I forget where was that early on in the game? Yeah, we actually could have gone in front in this game, but I think once that happened, for some reason, we were never going to win it. Like, we held on quite nicely, and we're sort of still coming forward, but when Kasper Kusk, he sounds like he's Estonian. Oh, no, he's Danish. Wow. He looks old. No offense, Kasper. You are not the friendly ghost. He looks like a homeless man in a football kit. Right, so Salomon Rondon then made, I mean, it was just the floodgates just opened, and then we were just absolutely done for, which is a massive shame. But I'm not overly, like, disappointed to be knocked out. We reached the objective of getting through the cup, and now we can concentrate on the league for the rest of the season, and that is where where our sort of allegiances lie, so to speak. We have had the chance to update our season expectations, and I have changed it to avoid relegation to get a little bit more money, because I wanted to give Kieran Griffiths a new contract. So he has now got another couple of years on his contract, which is good. The one problem with that is he's on like 20 grand a week now, and it's necessary in a sense, because he has just been so good for us. I think he's worth nearly 10 million quid now. 9.75 million. He is now on £23,000 a week, and the worst thing about that, though, for me, is not that he's on that, it's the fact that Jed Wallace, who's out injured at the moment, can't even play, just got a £15,000 a week pay rise because he has that stupid match highest earner clause in his contract, which I need to take out the next time we get him a contract, because as good as he's been, doesn't quite warrant that at the moment, and it's going to screw with us if we have to try and sign anyone on big wages at some point. So we are going to have to sort that. We do still have the money up at the moment, so that's fine. We didn't sign anyone in January. Oh, yes, we did, actually. What we're talking about, we did sign someone in January. Not anything important. Just what we're doing here. What we're doing. Transfer history. Yeah, here he is. Agustin Martinez. One of those like agent offer things. Did a little scout report on him, and Steve Weaver reckons he could probably be all right. So if you actually look at his ability, not bad for free. So decent backup goalkeeper with a bit of potential as well. So here we go. That's another young keeper that we can have there, and it's good to have him on the board. Still 21 years old. I figured, why the hell not pick him up? Just an agent offer one. Usually those turn out to be crap, but in fact, look at that, 18 on one-on-ones and 18 determination. I like this kid. 18 jumping reach and strength. Yeah, he could be good for us. Just useful in case we get goalkeeper injuries, basically. So let's take a little look at the squad for this month. Top goal scorer is Griffiths and Sinclair with 11 each. Top assister is Griffiths with 8. Most player of the match with Griffiths with 5. Top pass rating, of course, is Mantum. Mantum actually does very well at keeping the ball. Ivancic is nearly fit again, guys. He's played a reserve game for, like an under-21s game for us now, so he's coming back, which is great. Hopefully it's not harmed his development too much. Yellow cards, Watmore with 5. Of course, red cards, we've actually had quite a few. You know, Yanko, Watmore, Webster and Mantum have all seen red this year. Average rating, Kieran Griffiths has been an absolute leg end this year. I cannot stress how good this lad has been for us. So, let's get into the match preview screen, where we're going to be playing Nottingham Forest today. This is a massively winnable game. They're not doing well in the league. We are doing well at the moment. They're playing a 4-5-1. this is made for us to be playing that counter-attacking style that we love to do. So let's just do a quick pick here. That's not really changed much, but as you can see, there's no reason why we would do. Busonda has to play on the right at the moment because we've got no one that can really play there, and Schröck has to fill in fullback. Thank God he can, really. As for the bench, Ali Burrell, yeah, okay. Anyone else on there that I feel that we could really do with in the team? Pretty much, we've got no real options at the moment, and that is a problem. Something I'll be looking to rectify over the summer by building in some sort of squad players. Although I'd like to try and bring through some of our youngsters to become those squad players. That's kind of what I'm getting at with the way we're playing. So, let's go over this. A win at the City Ground here would be... Oh, God, who needs a number? Is there another youngster in the team? Oh, it's Augustin Martinez, of course. Hopefully, you know, injuries... The players are starting to come back from injury. We've had a decent month. As you can see, we're still 6th in the Premier League. We're losing track on the teams above us. Don't even care. We don't need to keep track of those. The fact is, anything we do, like, at the moment, we are 13 points clear of the relegation zone still. And look at Brighton, how far they have fallen since that early start, that brilliant start of the season. They have just been slipping and slipping and slipping. We are still 13 points clear, though, of the relegation zone, and that's all that really matters to me. I think we need basically 5 more points and we can call ourselves safe. I think we might be able to get 5 points from our next 16 league games. I just think we'll be fine with that. But that being said, I would still like to see if we can get ourselves in the top 10, because that would be one hell of a first season back in the top flight. And this is far beyond anything I would have imagined we were able to do this year. I'm in shock, frankly. We've pulled off some ridiculous results, and we're getting some good goals, and the team is only getting better. And that's without me signing anyone, because they're growing. I've only signed players that we can get that will improve. That's the way I do these things, so that way we don't always have to be signing players to strengthen the squad. Sometimes the squad will just get stronger. As has been the case. Now, I am still worried about losing Jerome Sinclair, and I'm going to keep trying to get him to sign a new contract if I can, but if not, then we'll have to deal with that. Ali Burrell will become our first choice striker, and I will try and go out and find another Ali Burrell type player, because I spent ages on it last time, and I see no reason why I can't do it again. Perhaps not quite as good as that, but just someone of that kind of ilk. You know, if we have to do it, we have to do it. I've got better at this sort of wheeling and dealing type stuff with the likes of Ivancic and Ali Burrell. I'd like to think that we'll get a similar sized transfer budget to what we had last year, which means I can go out and get those types of players. Although I might start scouting for these kind of guys the moment March comes around, when all the youth intake sort of stuff happens, because if we can get a head start on it, I might get a few more on my list, and maybe we can get in before some of the big clubs and bring them in, which is basically what I did last time. I got lucky with Ivancic, really, but I still think he's got a lot of potential to be a quality player, although that injury really hasn't helped him in his development, and it's also not helped him in terms of performances for this season. We have had to play a lot without him. Fact is, though, we've done well. We've not been playing the defensive midfield player in our systems at all for the last few games, and it's not made any difference to us. What has been awesome, though, is the fact that Ivancic, when he does come back, can play in midfield anyway. Doesn't have to play as a DM. Griffiths... Oh! Or is that McAvoy? Oh, what? Oh, come on, Kevin. You can do better than that. That would have been the perfect start to the game. And there we go. We're looking the better side so far, but it's been a bit cagey at the moment. I might have to throw it on attacking at half-time if things are still looking a little bit cagey, because, oh dear, especially if we go behind. That's my sort of go-to approach now, is to go on attacking if we go behind in these kind of games. Cavlac Rhodes, oh dear. Oh, he's offside. Now remember, we should have beaten Forest when we were at Fratton Park earlier in the season. Sinclair scored twice, and we were 2 goals to the good at half-time against them, and somehow managed to draw the game. That was a joke. Well, by our poor play, not any kind of crap. Nothing dodgy happened. It was just us being stupid, really. They're starting to come at us a little bit, but frankly, there's been so few shots in this first sort of 36 minutes. It was certainly not going to be the kind of game you'd want to be watching. Oh, that's poor. That's really, really poor. Please don't let him score. Oh, Webster's made an absolutely colossal error there. The club captain, mate. You need to be better than that. Although he's looking motivated. Oh, God. Please don't concede a goal from a corner. No. How did that stay out? Wow, Backman saved it. Fair play, son. Yeah, we're going to have to push things forward a little bit more at half-time. I'm going to wait till half-time, though, so we can make the change properly. They've sort of come onto this game a little bit more. Backman has been an absolute hero, as always. He's been a great keeper for us. I've really enjoyed him this season. Most of our goals, like, I haven't said, oh, Backman made a huge error. Apart from that one game against Norwich, that's the only thing I could think of. Right, so we're going to go attacking. And I'm going to go and turn on whipped crosses. This is what I did against Southampton when we were trailing and struggling to get a foothold in the game. But this time we're not even trailing. We only need 1 goal. Against Southampton we needed 4 and we got 5. I don't think that's going to work quite the same way here. I just want to see a bit more going forward from us, and that's what this is intended to do. Whether or not it's going to work today, I don't know. But it'd be nice if it did. Well, we've had a shot and probably a half chance from it too. I don't know yet. Getting a couple of bookings here. We've got to be careful. Don't want to see any more suspensions this season. We're getting sick of suspensions. Come on, Pete. Backman's got booked. What on earth for? I don't understand how the goalkeeper's got booked. He wouldn't have got booked for time wasting. Cauley Woodrow plays for Forest now, huh? Let's see. This game is tight as anything. Like, they are not giving us an inch, and neither are we to them. Right. It might be time to throw on Ali Burrell. Get him to run at them a little bit, and I might have to bring on Dudgeon as well. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, well, Stanis Baratheon's on for Charlie Taylor, just because he is knackered. I would like to bring on someone from Musonda as well. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make the triple sub. I'm going to bring on Lucarelli from Musonda, just because he's knackered. And I know we've got the yellow carded players, but sometimes we've got to take these risks. I don't like doing these triple subs for this exact reason, because we almost always get someone sent off or an injury the moment you make these substitutions, but sometimes you've just got to take that risk to try and... We're rolling the dice to see if we can win the game on this one. This is so tight. We've had a lot of half chances, but nothing sort of concrete yet. Lucarelli here, he's not ready to be playing this sort of level of football just yet, but like with players like Griffiths, that first team exposure really did help his career massively, and look what he's achieved so far for us already. Oh, don't... What are you doing? Brilliant tackle from Jack Watmore there. He just bided his time fairly brilliantly. It's Burrell now. Can he run at his defence? Oh, get the tackle in. Right, Woodrow. This time somebody just put a big tackle in on him. Don't let him knock it through that channel. Oh, God. No, no! Oh, for fuck's sake. Defend! It's so frustrating watching 2 people try to shepherd a guy for no reason and then not put a tackle in. I know we should turn get stuck in them, but if you do that, you just get sendings off. Like, every time I've used that instruction, you just get so many red cards. It's pointless. And it has no effect, really. It just means they foul the guy instead of actually putting a tackle in. Right, but anyone, look, how did he get that ball in? And also, great finish from Mikel Antonio, though, it has to be said. Right, okay, so overload it is. We've got 20 minutes to go. We may as well just throw everything at them now, because I want to try and get at least a draw from this game. It's a winnable match, basically. We've won games like this before this season. Forest, ball over the top here. Burrell's through here. Come on, Burrell. Oh, yes. What a finish from Ali Burrell. That is why I signed this lad. He may only be 17 or probably 18 now, but he's going to keep improving, and he stayed fit generally. He had that injury towards the start of the season, but lovely ball over the top from Kieran Griffiths yet again. Touch from Burrell is perfect there, and the finish as well. Toe poke in the top corner here at the City Ground. And maybe there's more in this game for Pompey just yet. But the ball from Griffiths was absolutely sublime. Oh, God. Well, I was going to turn it down to attacking again, but I might just hold off until after this highlight. In case... Oh, that's poor. In case we concede, which would look like we're about to, because he's just going to knock it in behind here. Alright, don't worry, we cleared it. Well done. Jack Watmore's ball, and it's going to come straight back at us here. Push out. Don't let them knock it into those channels. They're getting way too much space in here, and he's just going to play it through to him. Oh, what a tackle from Watmore. Can Burrell maybe set up Griffiths this time? He can, actually. Griffiths has played out wide, but he can put a good cross in, Griffiths. Drops it for Lucarelli. Back across for Osborne. Oh, what a save. McAvoy. How did he miss that? Oh, was it saved? Was it blocked? Oh, I thought we were actually going to turn this around on them there. Lovely work from Lucarelli and everyone, really. McAvoy, Griffiths. Oh, thank God for that. I thought Griffiths had actually missed that to the point where it had actually gone further away from the goal than he was. And Watmore with the header, and wow. Pompey have really stepped things up in the last few minutes of this game. I think we really do deserve something. And we've got the point, but I think we actually deserve a bit more than that for now. I just have this awful feeling that we're going to get caught out now. Right, he's completely shepherded. That's a great... Oh, is that going to go over the top? Not quite. That ball very nearly went right through to Griffiths there. Oh, we're just not quite getting to the ball, and it's costing us at the moment. Oh, that's gone all the way through, and Watmore can clear it up again. Back for Backman. There's still more left in this game for us. Griffiths, can he win the ball? No, he can't. Webster this time, maybe knock that over the top. Lucarelli gets a toe in on it, but it's not good enough. Oh, Woodrow, and he's the right side of him. He's got the right side of him. Good save from Backman. Get back in goal, get back in goal. This is end-to-end stuff here. Griffiths wins the ball. Can he knock it into the channel? He can. Burrell can run at people. Oh, okay. He can, and he has, but we're not going to see what happened. I'm guessing nothing. A 1-1 draw, I suppose, would be pretty fair, but we've done all right here. Oh, Osborne whips it up. Don't get conceded against off your own attack. Osborne does well. Wins that ball. Lucarelli, can he find a pass, an outlet, anyone? McAvoy knocks it in for Burrell. No, that's clear. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. No. No. Just tackle. Oh, that's a poor effort from Woodrow. What a second half. It's been end-to-end, and maybe the draw is a fair result. Well, the game should be over by now, so if they score, I'll be furious. There we go. Forest 1, Pompey 1. We're still in the top 6, remember, guys. Let's not forget this. We were promoted last season against the odds, and now we are in the top 6 in the Premier League against the odds. So we clearly can do a lot of things, and we maybe even could have won that game, but then also could have easily have lost it. So I'd say I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. It's another point towards us keeping ourselves safe, and I'm massively pleased with the way that one's gone. Wow. So here's the league, how things stand. Now we are actually now 14 points clear of the relegation zone, but again, a lot of games in hand to be had. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Gotta say, we're losing track on the teams above us, but I really don't care because that's not what we're doing this year. That is not our sort of prerogative, so to speak. Is Kieran Griffiths' value gone up even more? No, not quite yet, but look at that. His stats have been phenomenal. So let's just see who the live com will be against in our next episode. It's going to be February, so live com is against Brighton away from home. That's going to be an interesting one. So, and they've got quite a few injuries at the moment too. So, if you like what you're seeing, guys, please feel free to drop a like on the episode. And if you'd like to even more than that, please feel free to subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Sleeping Giants in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for the Brighton and Hove Albion game. Bye-bye.